Good morning, everybody. It's me, Faith Girl Trevor. Just wanted to come on and encourage you this morning. Last night I was out in my garden and I wasn't able to um, put out here what God had laid on my heart because it was dark once I got done. But as you can see, I have tilled the rest of my ground to get ready for my vegetable garden, which I think I'm going to do a mixture of vegetables, fruits, and also a flower bed. So I was determined last night to get this done because it is a long process, and so you have to keep going at it. While I was working, there were some things that I had to get through in order to finish this particular process. I had been hit with different barriers such as rocks. These are, let me see if I can. These are some of the rocks that I had to pull out of my garden. And some of them were really embedded within the ground. So there were certain tools that I had to use in order to break the ground from around it so that I could then pull it out. One of the things that God was dealing with me even early this morning is that sometimes we become frustrated because of the barriers or the walls or the borders that surround us, and sometimes we create those, sometimes other people create those, and of course if God creates those for us, that's a plus. But we were never created to be in the boundaries or limitations of other people. And so those are some things, a stronghold that we have to break from. And sometimes we can also create boundaries that are not always good boundaries, because sometimes we keep ourselves blocked in from experiencing the things of God. Also, a lot of the things that I pulled up, of course, was roots. This was one of the roots that I pulled up. Let me see if I can get you. That root was extremely long. And there wasn't a plant on top of it, probably because I had already digged it out. But in order for me to even get that root up, there were different tools that I had to use. A shovel that was thinner so it would go all the way into the ground. So sometimes we aren't able to get those roots out. Number one, because we don't want to go through the process that it takes in order to do that, or not using the right things, the right tools in order to get those out. So I want to encourage you, look into your life, into your heart. What are those roots that you need to deal with? Bitterness, anger, resentment, jealousy, pride, greed. Those things can produce a harvest and not a good harvest. And we want to produce good harvests. So continue to go through the process, do whatever it takes, the time that it takes in order to complete the process, and removing those boundaries and limitations that have been placed over your life that is not of God. I want you to be encouraged in the Lord today. Love you with all my heart. Be blessed.